Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. It's something I don't like watching is innocent victims getting beat up by police officers who should be upholding the law and keeping the peace. Sad, but where's the human decency in our country today? What you're watching right now is a police video being released. We're waiting for an actual body cam. I don't know when that's going to happen, but for now, this is live. And I'm basically copying it off of another video from YouTube, which is live from CNN, and that is being run by another individual. Just in case they try to take the video off YouTube, I'm going to make sure I have my copy of it, even if it is a raw recording. So sit back and watch whatever happens. I will warn you, kids, I wouldn't advise you to watch this movie. Anybody else watching it, honestly, there's probably graphic material that I wouldn't recommend watching. I don't even want to watch it myself, but I'm curious what happened. Because people don't deserve injustice, especially when they're just being pulled over for a traffic stop. And mind you, this guy died over these 5 police officers. They're supposed to be upholding the law. I'm going to let you watch the video. Yeah, the sound has been muted, so that's why you hardly hear anything. But they're going to turn the sound up here in a second. And they get really loud. So, forgive me. Worried about pepper spray in your eyes. What about the guy who got killed? Or just sit back and it's messed up. And this is the video for Tyre. As you can see, the headlines are clear. Warning, graphic content. And what we're doing right now is we're waiting for more release. So I apologize for the delays, but I'm going to keep this going as long as I can, even if it takes 10 minutes, 20 minutes. We're waiting for that coverage. And that's the body cam. That's the one we want to watch. The same one the mother refused to watch. Well, I guess she watched it, but then she couldn't stand watching it anymore. It was her son. I mean, what mother wants to lose their son this way? I take care of my mother, who's a widow, and if this happened to me, I'm sure that my mom would be wanting justice too. Just so everybody's know, it's still going. We're live. I don't know what's happening here. Yeah, well, I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna pause it till I get some more. Okay, everybody, here's the mother's statement. While we're waiting on that release for body camera footage, I'm gonna play this for you.
As the nation awaits the release of body camera footage showing the alleged beating death of 29-year-old Tyre Nichols during a traffic stop, his mom, emotional today, saying the video was too hard to watch.
But for me to find out that my son was calling my name and I was only feet away, did not even hear him. You have no clue how I feel right now.
The Nichols family's attorneys calling on systemic police reform to prevent any further potential unjustified police killings. Also applauding the swift actions from local, state, and federal authorities for not delaying firing and then bringing charges against 5 Memphis police officers, saying this should be the blueprint for future similar incidents.
No longer can you tell us we gotta wait 6 months to a year, even though we got a video with evidence of the excessive force and the crime.
Police saying Nichols was initially pulled over for alleged reckless driving before he fled on foot and was confronted again, this time more physical. Nichols was hospitalized for 3 days before he succumbed to his injuries. The police officers, Tadarius Bean, Demetrius Haley, Desmond Mills Jr., Emmett Martin III, and Justin Smith, each now facing second-degree murder and other charges in connection to Nichols' death. An internal investigation concluding the officers used excessive force and failed to intervene or render aid.
I've seen the video myself, and I will tell you, I was appalled.
In Dallas, Rebecca Lopez, Channel 8 News.
Some of the officers may have been in unmarked cars.
Yes, I'm sorry about that. That was it on that video. Here's the continuation. This just came on. This is
A
live.
traffic violation. Yeah, exactly.
Well, live
and
right
it's
now,
of a Scorpion
as we
unit,
speak, which is
to be
about
carrying out sort of traffic violations.
6:20
again, it's just
Central
set up
Time.
to
That
escalate
would
any
be
sort of contact with anyone
8:20
that they meet.
Eastern Time.
We know after the death of George
And
Floyd in
4:20
2020, there were many calls
West
for police
Coast
reform.
time.
There was a push for federal legislation on that front. What effect do you think Tyre Nichols' death will have on that?
You know, that legislation is still pending. It never advanced. And I think what will really move the tide is the continued public demonstration, the continued public outcry. And it's not just in Memphis, it's happening all over this country.
Evidently, the arrest footage was released to public. Where's it at? I haven't seen it.
It's the voice, the collective voice of the people that's going to move this needle.
And we want to mention we are keeping an eye on various cities across the country, including until we have cameras up in Washington, D.C., as well as Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the demonstrations have been peaceful. But obviously, there is a very impassioned public response to what we have been hearing about.
I'm a citizen. You're a citizen if you're watching
now
this.
seeing for themselves.
Even police are citizens, but not those police that committed this crime.
Challenges? When
Those
you
aren't
talk
cops.
about
Those are
the police in
bad
America,
people with
we're talking
badges on
about
them
16,000
use their
police
power
departments that
to take
operate
advantage
with very
of
different
people.
criteria, very different disciplinary
Use their weaknesses
kind of
against them,
processes.
whatever it is that they do.
Sheriff's offices that
It's
are, you know,
wrong.
the same.
And if it's for
what is
reasons
it
of
that you
race,
think is
it's even
perhaps
more
the biggest
wrong,
challenge
because there's only
to
one race. That's
changing
a
the way
human race.
Policing is handled in this country.
Yeah, this country
sad.
is really formed based on anti-Black bias and white supremacy, and police force, law enforcement has fit sort of hand in glove with the formation of this country and the history of this country. There's a lot of scholarship and research on the fact that police forces are a direct descendant of slave patrols. And so to really address the issue of police violence and use of force in this country, there has to be a complete overhaul on what it is that we rely on police for. Police do not need to respond to wellness checks, mental health wellness checks. Police don't necessarily need to carry out traffic stops. And police are often responding to crime. They're not necessarily in positions to prevent crime. And so this country needs to engage in a complete overhaul. Alexis Hogue,
Amen,
thank you very
sister.
much.